recycling is an important way to help us manage the waste we produce. In Angus, many residents have access to a curbside recycling scheme. There are also 7 recycling centres and lots of neighbourhood recycling points all over the county. But have you ever wondered what happens to your recycling once you've put it in your green box or taken it to a recycling centre? Although some items are transported directly to the material reprocessor to be recycled into new items, others are taken to a bulking up and sorting depot in Arbroath, known as ACROP. ACROP stands for Angus Community Recycling Opportunity Partnership. ACROP is a multi-million-pound depot that receives 5 materials: glass, cardboard, cans, paper, and plastic bottles. These items are bulked up and baled before being dispatched to reprocessors around the UK to be recycled into new items. Paper is brought in loose and stored in a holding bay until it is ready for dispatch. A 30-ton bulker arrives 3 times a week to take the paper away to Shotton Paper Mill in Deeside, where it is recycled back into more paper. Nearly 300 tons of paper pass through ACROP every month. It can take just 7 days for a newspaper to go through the recycling process and be transformed into recycled newsprint, which is used to make the majority of Britain's national daily newspapers. Mixed steel and aluminium cans are brought into ACROP and run through an eddy current machine. This separates the steel and aluminium cans. A strong magnet pulls off the steel cans, whilst an electrical force then separates aluminium cans from any other contaminant materials, such as plastic. Once the 2 different materials have been separated, they are fed along and up a conveyor belt into the baling machine, which crushes the cans and ties them together with steel wire. Steel cans are sent for reprocessing in Aberdeen, where they are recycled back into steel piping and cans. Aluminium cans are smelted at the Novellis plant in Cheshire. This reprocessed aluminium is generally used to make more aluminium cans. Plastic bottles arrive at ACROP and are unloaded into a holding bay. Before they are baled, they are passed through a bottle piercing machine. This allows the bottles to be squashed flat, even if people have forgotten to remove the lids before recycling them. The bottles can then be crushed and tied up in the automatic baling machine. They are now ready to be sent to the plastic recycling facility in Lincolnshire. Lighter PET bottles are turned into polyester fibre, which can be spun to make fillings for sleeping bags and mattresses. It only takes 25 bottles to make 1 fleecy jacket. Harder HDPE bottles can be recycled into guttering, wheelie bins and water butts, etc. The green recycling boxes that we use in Angus are made of recycled HDPE. Cardboard arrives from recycling centres and the school and business recycling service. It is unloaded and baled, ready to be sent to China, where it is recycled into new cardboard boxes. Glass is brought in from the curbside recycling service and unloaded into large containment skips. Clear, green and brown glass are all bulked up separately and transported to British Glass in Alloa, where it is made into new glass bottles and jars. On average, 260 tonnes of glass is recycled every month in Angus. Baled recyclates are then stacked up and stored until they are ready to be dispatched to the reprocessor. In the financial year 2010-2011, ACROP processed nearly 10,000 tonnes of materials. This includes over 4,500 tonnes of paper, nearly 1,400 tonnes of cardboard, over 400 tonnes of plastic bottles, nearly 300 tonnes of steel cans, over 100 tonnes of aluminium cans, and nearly 3,000 tonnes of glass. For more information about waste and recycling, please visit www.angus.gov.uk/recycling.